Your visceral fat is having a conversation with your organs right now. And trust me, you don't want to hear what it's saying. But here's the thing. The moment you start losing it, your body doesn't just celebrate, it panics, it fights back. And what happens in those first 72 hours will completely change how you think about weight loss forever. I'm talking about visceral fat, the deep belly fat wrapped around your liver, pancreas, and intestines like a toxic blanket. Unlike the soft, pinchable fat under your skin, this stuff is metabolically active. It's literally whispering inflammatory signals into your bloodstream 24/7, increasing your risk of diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. A 2023 study published in Nature Metabolism found that just 1 pound of visceral fat releases over 50 different inflammatory proteins. 50. But when you finally start losing it, your body enters what I call the Great Cellular Awakening. And it's wild. Let's start with hour 1. You've cut your carbs, started fasting, or hit the gym hard. Your body immediately stops storing new fat and starts hunting for glucose. But here's where it gets interesting. Your visceral fat cells don't just shrink quietly.
They scream. And what they're screaming matters, because these cells have been acting like rogue agents, sending distress signals that trigger cravings, fatigue, and even anxiety. The first few hours are when your body decides whether you're serious. And if you push through, you flip a metabolic switch that hasn't been touched in years. Think of each fat cell like a hoarder's house. For years, it's been stuffing itself with triglycerides, toxins, and old cellular junk. Now, suddenly, the eviction notice arrives. As these cells start breaking down fat for energy, they dump everything into your bloodstream. Free fatty acids, stored toxins, even old hormones you thought were gone. According to research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology, this creates a temporary inflammatory spike. You might feel tired, irritable, or even get headaches. Your body isn't broken, it's detoxing at the cellular level. But here's the magic. Within 12 to 16 hours, your liver kicks into overdrive. It's like a wastewater treatment plant working triple shifts, converting all that released fat into ketones, a superfuel your brain actually prefers over glucose. A study from Cell Metabolism showed that ketones can improve cognitive function by up to 23% within the first day of fat mobilization. Your brain literally gets sharper as your belly shrinks. Now we hit day 2, and this is where your body starts remembering what normal feels like. Visceral fat is like that toxic friend who never stops talking. It constantly secretes a hormone called resistin, which makes your cells ignore insulin.
It's like your cells have noise-canceling headphones on, blocking insulin's message to absorb glucose. The result? High blood sugar, energy crashes, and that 3 p.m. brain fog. What most people don't realize is that this insulin resistance is why you can't lose weight no matter how little you eat, because your cells are literally locked shut. Breaking through this resistance is like finally getting the key to a vault where your body's been hiding all its fat-burning potential. But when visceral fat starts shrinking, resistin levels plummet. A groundbreaking 2024 study in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology found that losing just 5% of visceral fat can improve insulin sensitivity by 31% in under 72 hours. 31%! Your cells suddenly hear insulin's knock at the door again. Glucose gets absorbed properly. Your energy stabilizes. That afternoon slump? Gone. And here's the kicker, your pancreas, which has been overworking like an underpaid intern, finally gets a break. It stops pumping out excess insulin, which means less fat storage signaling, less inflammation, and a dramatically lower risk of type 2 diabetes. It's like your metabolism just got a software update.
Let's continue with week 1, the organ renaissance. By day 5 to 7, your organs start throwing a party. Remember, visceral fat isn't just sitting there. It's squeezing your liver, pressing on your intestines, and literally suffocating your organs like a boa constrictor. As it melts away, space opens up, blood flow improves, organ function skyrockets. Imagine trying to work in a cramped closet versus a spacious office. That's what your organs experience when visceral fat finally backs off. A 2023 study in gastroenterology found that patients reported a 40% reduction in bloating and digestive discomfort within just 1 week of visceral fat loss because their intestines could finally move freely again.
Your liver, in particular, undergoes what researchers call hepatic rejuvenation. A study published in Hepatology found that reducing visceral fat by just 10% can decrease liver fat by up to 40% in 1 week. Your liver is like a sponge that's been wrung out. It can finally do its 500-plus jobs efficiently again, detoxifying blood, producing bile, regulating hormones, storing vitamins. You'll notice your skin looks clear, your digestion improves, and you wake up feeling actually rested. Your heart benefits too. Visceral fat produces a compound called angiotensinogen, which raises blood pressure by constricting blood vessels. As that fat disappears, blood pressure drops, sometimes by 10 to 15 points within 2 weeks, according to the American Heart Association Journal. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your risk of stroke and heart attack plummets. Now, let's move into weeks 2 to 4, the hormonal renaissance. We enter the hormonal renaissance. Visceral fat is an endocrine organ. It produces estrogen, cortisol, and inflammatory cytokines. In men, excess visceral fat converts testosterone into estrogen, leading to low energy, mood swings, and even man boobs. In women, it disrupts the delicate balance of estrogen and progesterone, causing irregular periods, PCOS symptoms, and stubborn weight gain. But as visceral fat shrinks, your hormonal axis recalibrates. A 2023 study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation showed that men who lost visceral fat saw testosterone levels increase by 15 to 20% within 3 weeks. No supplements, no injections, just fat loss. Women experienced more regular cycles and reduced PMS symptoms. And here's the longevity bombshell. Visceral fat suppresses adiponectin, a hormone that protects against inflammation, regulates blood sugar, and even repairs damaged blood vessels. It's like your body's internal repair crew. As visceral fat melts, adiponectin levels can double or even triple, according to research from Nature Aging. This hormone is so powerful that higher levels are directly correlated with living longer, healthier lives. You're not just losing weight, you're buying back years. Let's talk about the long game, months 2 to 6. Fast forward 2 to 6 months, your body has fully adapted. Your mitochondria, the power plants inside your cells, have multiplied. A study from Cell Reports found that sustained visceral fat loss increases mitochondrial density by up to 35%, meaning you burn more calories at rest. Your metabolism isn't just fixed, it's upgraded. Your gut microbiome transforms too. Visceral fat promotes the growth of inflammatory bacteria that crave sugar and processed foods. As it disappears, beneficial bacteria flourish, producing short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation, improve mood, and even enhance immune function. You'll crave healthier foods naturally, not because of willpower, but because your gut is literally rewired. And the brain benefits? Stunning. Visceral fat is linked to reduced hippocampal volume, the part of your brain responsible for memory. A 2024 study in neurology showed that people who lost significant visceral fat over 6 months experienced measurable improvements in memory and cognitive speed. Your brain physically grows healthier. So what happens when visceral fat begins to let go? Your body doesn't just lose weight, it remembers how to heal. Your organs breathe, your hormones balance, your brain sharpens, your lifespan extends. This isn't about fitting into genes. It's about reclaiming your biology. The question isn't whether you should lose visceral fat. It's how fast can you start? If this just changed how you see your body, smash that like button, subscribe for more health science that actually matters, and drop a comment telling me, what's the one habit you're changing today? Let's build a healthier future, one cell at a time.